Hello, namaste everyone. I hope you guys are doing great. Today's video is for Libra zodiac signs. How Jupiter's transit in the sign of Gemini going to affect the Libra individuals. Before we go ahead, please subscribe my channel and also hit the bell icon below so that you get regular updates. Along with that, if you would like to have your personal readings from me, you can check out the link in the description box, www.anmollastrology.com. Under the reading and unique reading section, you can book a personal reading for yourself. I also have courses available on the website under courses option. You can also opt for that. Before we go ahead, there are two links available in the description box where you can see the videos, which are the introductory videos for the transit of Jupiter in the sign of Gemini, that how it is going to affect and what does it mean. Then you can come back to this video so as to have a better outlook how this is going to affect you. Okay, so let's get started. So first of all, we need to understand that what house Jupiter is activating. So for a Libra ascendant or a Libra moon, Jupiter is going to transit the ninth house. Now, what is the ninth house? Ninth house is the house responsible for your fortune, your luck. That is known as the Bhagyasthan, how your fortune transforms. What is your fortune? Are you a fortunate person, or are you a person who will just not have the fortune in life? But trust me, when Jupiter comes into this house, it illuminates your fortune. But this is also the house of your higher knowledge and life lessons. See, we know a lot of things about the sign of Sagittarius. We know a lot of things about the ninth house. Like it is about higher knowledge, gurus, mentors, religion, religious activities. It is about education. But this is the house where you stand up for yourself and for others. This is a house which gives you that ability. It's opposite to the third house. It is the opposite house of the house of courage. This house gives you that ability to walk on your moral ground. This is the house of ethics. If you have strong planets in this house, fierce planets like Mars, Sun, Jupiter, you are definitely an individual who fights for what is right, who is there to speak up about things. If you have other planets like Venus, Mercury, and Moon, then you are a bit manipulative. Then you weigh down where in the you actually decide as per the situation that what your action should be. It is going to be like strongly moral or strongly related to your ethics and traditions, or you can adjust with the situation. That's when these planets are there, right? So simply, the ninth house, when gets activated in the transit, it is going to bring in wisdom for you. It is going to bring in higher lessons for you. This is the time which illuminates your knowledge. It illuminates your luck, but it also illuminates your wisdom. And how do you get a wisdom? You get wisdom when such a situation comes into your life, when you have to deal with certain matters. You get your wisdom, you get your lessons through a situation. Okay, let's just dive into the charts, into this drawing so that we have a better look about how this particular transit of Jupiter is going to help you, or it is going to, what areas it might activate. Ninth house is also about your long distance travel, and this is one of the houses whose activation we definitely need for travel overseas, especially for studies. Okay, so we have Libra. I remember that I in the video of Virgo ascendants, I was talking about how when the sixth lord gets connected with the ninth house, then the situations of conflicts actually arise your luck in life. So that is a situation also for Libra ascendants. So you have Jupiter in the ninth house, and I would address Jupiter transit in just four categories or four words. Jupiter brings in expansion with its transit. It brings in a responsibility wherever it transits. It brings in fortune wherever it transits, and also it brings in life lessons from the house where it transits. So, Jupiter coming into the ninth house is like there is the need for you to acknowledge your spiritual self and also your traditional self. So you will somehow have to connect with the traditional side of life. For example, this could be a time where you might decide to get married. Then you will have to follow, the traditions that is going to be a part of your life for some time, right? And it could even mean if suppose you have Rahu in the ninth house and then Jupiter is coming over, that means you will be experiencing foreign culture. You will be experiencing foreign traditions. Right. So that can initiate travel, but definitely for a Libra individual, you are going to activate your conflicts, you are going to activate your legal matters, and you will have to be much involved into legalities during this time, like filing for visas, or you have some legal matters you'll have to deal with, maybe within your family, maybe with your own father or someone authoritative like your grandfather. So something like that is associated there. So it could even be that, or it could even be that you're just helping them to fight a battle. So it's kind of legalities. It also means that you're filing for visa, you're filing for PR, and you want to travel. Because see, at the same time, you will have Saturn in the sixth house now. So that's why legalities and travel is a quite prominent for this year for you. Now, Jupiter coming into the ninth house is going to also give you lessons, higher lessons it's related to your life experience, I would say. I think this is the best word to categorize all of it into one situation. Jupiter coming into the ninth house, it illuminates and expands your bhagya. This is a knowledgeable time. You would want to go back to school, you would want to learn, you would want to academically recognize yourself. Jupiter in the ninth house also can make you go into training or training program within your job scenario, right? Now let's talk about the aspects. Oh, before that, Jupiter is the lord of your sixth house and your third house. Third lord coming into the ninth house means that you are going to go to the higher self of knowledge, as in, like, third house is writing. Now, ninth house is about publishing. You will be publishing what you learn, what you write. You will get better opportunities when it's about education, when it's about learning, or when it's about, I won't say your authority, but your experience. Okay, sixth lord, third and sixth lord all together coming into the ninth house. You will definitely have to deal with conflicts related to your relatives. First of all, it is a very conflicting time with your relatives, your close friends, everyone. This is a time which is actually going to heal the generational traumas or heal ever long problems that you might have had with the siblings, with the relatives. You're going to get your wisdom by having a conflict with them. So it is going to result into a life lesson for you. You'll have to take the responsibility of your father. You'll have to take the responsibility of everything in your life, of your fortune, your personal fortune as well. You'll have to take the responsibility of your spiritual self, of your traditions. In this time, during this time, your wisdom is going to get tested. Your balance is going to get tested. How you take a decision, how you balance things around yourself, how you balance your moral and ethical self. That is the lesson for you, right? The fifth aspect is going to be in your ascendant. Along with all these changes, all these things, fortune and luck is within you. It is coming towards you naturally, but it also shows, see, the fifth aspect is the Purva Punya Bhava, like your past life good deeds. You're going to get the results of your past life good deeds. You'll feel fortunate. But this Jupiter wants you to seek balance within your individuality. It's like it's a lesson where you're going to learn that how individually you are strong. You are a strong individual. You don't need to depend on anyone. You yourself are going to work around with so many things. It's the test of your balance between your mind, your individuality, and your dependence on people. You will have to seek the balance within yourself and also towards your health. Health can be a matter of concern during this time. So definitely take good care of your health, balance your routine specifically with Saturn in the sixth. Routine is very important. Digestion, very important. Right? So fifth aspect on the first house activates you learning from yourself. Don't treat yourself as a child. Whatever intuition you get, whatever thoughts you get, those are something strong. Those are something you can depend upon rather than depending on other people. So trust yourself, find the balance, seek the balance within yourself. That is what this Jupiter wants to tell you. Now, the seventh aspect goes over the third house. Sagittarius is going to be a prominent sign, just like Scorpio was in the previous year. Now it is Sagittarius. Sagittarius talks about battles. It talks about war-like situation and strategizing war. That's why its aspect, because the Sagittarius is receiving the 10th aspect from Saturn and the 7th aspect of Jupiter. It talks about a war-like situation where you'll have to work hard. You'll have to work hard towards your skills, towards your actions, your communication, your courage. It can bring in fights with your close friends, close relatives, your close circle, your neighbors. And it can actually lead to something massive. With Sagittarius, it's always a massive fight, right? Because it wants to mend that situation. And third house also initiates travel for you. So definitely a long distance travel, overseas travel more so. This also activates the possibility of job, a, a very satisfactory job, the job that you would have wanted since very long time. So for many Librans, for many Libra ascendants or Libra moons, this can actually be a very good time for your career, for your job specifically. This will be the easiest time for you to find a apt job or the job you feel I'm qualified for, because this will make you work a lot whole of this year from 2025 to 2026. Rather, it's actually 2028, but I would right now we are talking about Jupiter, not Saturn. So because of Jupiter, it's a very occupied time for you. Either that occupation is because of conflicts or because of work, but it is going to be there, definitely. And you will have a very philosophical approach. You would require to have a very philosophical approach towards your communication with others during the conflicts. Your actions, your courage is something which is going to going to be required. So such situations will arise in your life where your courage is tested, where you learn the lesson of your courage, where you learn that we come here alone and we leave this world alone. Right? Now, the ninth aspect goes into the fifth house. You are going to learn your lessons because of your children, or you learn your lessons through your love encounters. But here, you'll definitely have a romance. If you are married, you will just feel romantically so obsessive towards your partner. You want to stay around them all the time. You are pinpointing even the slightest thing with them. You just want all of their attention. It's like you become thirsty for attention. And you would want to do anything in your power to just get that attention. You want you to be their priority. This is a romantic time. This is a very romantic time for you people. So this also gives the possibility of marriage. It also gives the possibility of childbirth. Okay? But specifically, marriage and relationships. That is something definitely that is there on the papers of Libras. Right? It also shows that you're going to get sudden gains from investments. Somehow your lessons are attached to the fifth house. You would want to have fun. You would want to have, a good, creative, artistic time. Along with that, you're going to learn from it. This is a time when you're going to learn about anything. Suppose you're battling some legal battle. You are learning about law. Suppose you are filing visas. You are learning about the visa processes. It's just that you are reading. You're reading. You're researching. You have your phone and you're Googling. That is what this will do. It activates the fifth house. It activates the beauty of fifth house with its ninth aspect. It brings in fortune, but it also brings in responsibility and lessons from the fifth house. That's why there's love marriage, there's there's love, romance within the marriage, and it's also children, childbirth. And it could even give you lessons through shares. If that, of course, you need to see the condition of your fifth house, the condition of your Saturn, right? That is going to decide that whether it's a good lesson or it's a lesson like with that is coming along with losses. Okay, now let's talk about planets. Okay, so now we have Sun, the king. If Sun is in the ninth house, Jupiter comes over it. It is the 11th lord. Beautiful time for you. You are at the peak of your luck. You are at the peak of getting respect, recognized, fame, famous for your knowledge, for your skills, well respected for your taken decisions, rigid with your ethics. And that's why people are going to respect you. Like most of Indians are respecting Modi right now, our dear Prime Minister, right? So that is a kind of, although he's a Scorpio ascendant, but although that is the thing I am trying to say. You will take certain decisions, you will take certain firm decisions that is going to lead to respect. But remember to be humble as humble as you can be. This is the time which is going to stabilize your self, your stand out there, how you represent yourself, how you represent your abilities. You will learn about technology. You will learn about technical side of education, higher knowledge. You would want to dive into higher knowledge. You're illuminating your ninth house. You're just getting knowledge. The hunger of knowledge is there. There's expansion of the luck. There's expansion of knowledge. There's expansion of respect. Okay. Next, we have Moon, the queen. Moon is the lord of your 10th house. Jupiter coming here, very responsible time. You will have to take the responsibility. Either it is in your home, with your career, everything. You have to be responsible. Now, trust me, this is not a very fortunate, like I won't say it's a time where you do not require to do anything and everything is coming towards you. It does make a Gaj Kesari Yog in a very prominent house. But trust me, it's a responsible time. It's a time where you take action, where you take the responsibility of your emotions, where you take the responsibility of your actions as well. This is good time in terms of money, in terms of finances, and especially in terms of creatively express your ideas and take your ideas and make them work out. This Jupiter will give you money in the liquid form. It activates that, but it gives you the heaviness of your own emotions, heaviness of your own actions. Luck wise, it's strong. It's activated. Okay. So next we have Mars. Now Mars is the lord of your 7th house and your 2nd house. So it's two houses which are responsible for your relationships and for your wealth. First of all, 2nd and 7th, and then Jupiter is coming over it, which is the 6th and the 3rd lord. It will create the possibility of marriage, or at least getting encountered with your partner who must have been at a distance, who is a person who actually is at a distance. This is a very strong time for you to take action, to initiate action towards your life. I have addressed it in almost all the videos. In an air sign, Mars is like its energy is just scattered everywhere. And just like when you put a heavy rock over air, it suppresses it and it puts it wherever it is. So you'll have to focus on that area. That is what is going to happen with Jupiter coming over Mars. Now, the scattered energy will be suppressed, and you will have to deal with wherever this energy is. You will have to deal with all the 10 things, all the things where you have invested your energy. You will have to take certain stands. You'll have to take um, certain actions. These actions could be towards marriage, towards partnership, towards wealth, towards your career, towards your education. But specifically, it's about wealth generation. It is also that you are taking a stand in front of your parents, or in front of your parents, either for your marriage or your love partner, or it's like you're taking a stand for the finances, right? So it in a way talks about to fight for a cause, to put your energy into different things, to initiate them, to fulfill them. Okay. Next we have Venus. So if you have Venus in the 9th house, that's your first lord and that's your 8th lord. Sudden ups and downs can come in the life of your father. This can make you travel also, but definitely this is a brilliant time for your finances. This is brilliant time for you to learn more about your creative. creative self-expression, more about creativity, and that to technical creativity. It is illuminating your fortune when it's about luxury, when it's about possessions, when it's about money. It will also give you opportunities to create joint assets, especially in the form of either jewelry or in the form of fixed assets with your partner, or otherwise with your family, or dealing with your family assets. But definitely a fortunate time for money and for creativity, for technical creativity. It is a life learning lesson also, but not a lesson that you learn from books, not a lesson that you learn from spirituality, but a lesson that you learn from the world, from what is happening in the world and how people are in the world. Like what we call as dunyadari. From your relationships, you're going to learn the lesson from your relationships. Okay. And even this could be a time where you'll have to take the responsibility of your father, towards your father. Okay. Now, next we have Mercury. Now, Mercury in the ninth house, I always say Jupiter coming over Mercury, misunderstandings form. You can be misunderstood for your ethics. You can be misunderstood for your actions, your communication. You can have a sense of lack of similar opinion with your father, with a mentor, a guru, your mentor at your workspace. This Jupiter definitely would stabilize this Mercury. Mercury is the lord of the 12th house and the ninth house. It will also create the opportunity of learning, getting into training program, getting into diploma, getting into learning through a foreign guru, a foreign person, or just it could initiate foreign travel and then you learn by going overseas. Just a second. Yeah. Okay. So Mercury being in the ninth house is like that you are like a chameleon. You switch your beliefs, you switch your sometimes it could be extremely, like a person could be extremely rigid, but that is when there are certain planets, like when there is Sun along with Mercury, when there is Jupiter along with Mercury. But this time, since it has seen your chameleon kind of a, it's actually not chameleon, it's adaptable. Mercury in the ninth house, it adapts with all the situation, and it is very manipulative, as in diplomatic. Like it deals with a situation based on what is required at that point. Is are ethics required or is intelligence required? So that is how Mercury deals. Now this Jupiter is going to give you lesson with that, with that situation. Now you'll have to be straightforward. You'll have to deal with things. That's why you get misunderstood. Because that's very contrary to what your nature has been. But it is a life lesson learning, and it will definitely give you the opportunities where you as a person are going to communicate your life lessons to help other people. Okay, but it's overall a very knowledgeable time. It will make you accumulate knowledge, make you curious about learning, and also would make you travel. Next, we have Saturn. So Saturn is the lord of your fourth house and your fifth house. It is going into the ninth house. This can give you heavy responsibility regarding your home, your parents, and children. Whenever Jupiter comes over Saturn or Saturn comes over Jupiter, it's a time of manifestation. You manifest that area. So you might have felt because of Saturn's natal placement that things move very slow for me. When Jupiter is coming there, As soon as you learn the lesson, as soon as the karma is delivered, you are going to get your fortune. So now you would feel that now things are working out for me. Now my fortune is a little bit fast forward. Okay, but it gives heavy responsibility where you'll have to take the responsibility of the elderly one or of your father. This is a time where you learn lessons the harder way because both the teachers, both the harsh teachers are there to make you learn about life. Okay. So Saturn and Jupiter coming over Saturn is like you now are going to use knowledge within your work, career. So the fourth, activating the fourth and the fifth lord also means that you would want to buy a property or especially a structured property, probably at a distance. And you might have to take a loan for that. Or it could even be about a vehicle, right? Now, next we have Rahu. So if Rahu is in your ninth house, my daughter is here and she's been pointing at the laptop. Oh, mama, she's gone now. Okay, so if Rahu is in your ninth house and then Jupiter comes over Rahu, that means that I mentioned previously also that you would have to experience a foreign culture during this time. This Jupiter is now going to control Rahu. It's not Rahu that is coming over Jupiter and corrupting the significance of Jupiter. It's rather Jupiter that is coming over Rahu. So now this Rahu is going to be controlled. Now the instability of Rahu is controlled because in the ninth house, in an air sign, it plays with your beliefs, it plays with your decision making power, it plays with your ethics and ethical self. So now this Jupiter will control that and make you work towards a focused goal for the welfare of people. So this can act as a very fortunate time. See, personally, I don't want to scare anyone, but personally, I feel whenever there's a position, when Rahu is in the ninth house for an individual, they somehow have very disruptive events in life. Like, for example, I have seen many people to have money problems with Rahu in the ninth house. But many people I have seen they do very well with money in the ninth house. The sole purpose is that they must do work that is service based or commission based. They should never use their own money as a part of their career. So this is the same thing which happens when Jupiter comes over Rahu. It is going to bring in such an opportunities for you where you will act in certain manners. You will get opportunities to make negotiations, to work as a commission worker. Some things like that would happen. But this Jupiter now controls the Rahu and it works towards the positive self. It also will make you learn. It will make you learn about foreign culture. It makes you learn about technical innovation and technical changes as well. Okay, this is the best time if you want to start your own startup as well. Right? Now, next we have Ketu. Yes. Now we have Ketu. If Ketu is in the ninth house and Jupiter comes over ninth house, it's a very spiritual time for you. Anji. Anji. It's a time where you'll have to self-sacrifice for significant moments in your life. You will have to be a person who, like a bigger person, right? So it's a very helpful time. It's a time where you are going to elevate spiritually. You're going to elevate your belief system. You are definitely going to learn lessons with understanding the psychology of people, understanding who is good for you and who is not good for you. This could always also create a situation where you might you might have to help your father or guru in some way. You'll have to take their responsibility. You'll have to be responsible towards them as well. Okay, but with Ketu in the 9th house and Jupiter coming over it, Jupiter acts like Ketu doesn't have the head, it just has the body. So it's like Jupiter is becoming that stick for the Ketu, or Jupiter is becoming the eyes of Ketu, and it is giving it direction. Okay, now here you are going to also learn about research. You're going to dive deeper into research related work, and you are going to be very strong with your belief system. You're going to mark your territory regarding what you believe in and what you feel should be done. Right now, lastly, we have Jupiter itself as a Jupiter natal return. So, when Jupiter comes over Jupiter, it certainly activates the sixth and the third lords and coming into the 9th house. That means this is good for your education. This is a time where you're going to be recognized for your thoughts, your ideas. Good time for job, good time for work, but also it brings in travel, long distance travel, and especially legalities. You'll have to file for a loan, you'll have to file for a case, you'll have to deal with a battle or things like that. But again, since this is Jupiter and this is coming into the 9th house, definitely you'll have to learn your life lessons during this time. Like, it is no longer that you are just adjusting with the situation and you are depending upon others, or you're just trying to balance your relationships by compromising yourself. This is the time when you'll have to take a stand for yourself. You'll have to step ahead for yourself, right? And this is a time good uh, for your job, but it will also give you job changes. Okay, but in a good way, I would say. Okay, so that's about it. So that was my analysis for Libra individuals. I hope this helps and gives you good insights. So we'll see you in the next video. Bye bye. Take care.